Hey, welcome back to the channel, man. Let me know if y'all rocking with Young Dolph. Let me know where y'all from. If you from Memphis, go ahead and comment. Put the Dolph emojis down there. Let's get right into it. They just signed Zillionaire Doe. Yo Gotti pulled up and everything, but the feds was watching. They was heavy. They came into Dallas, and this is where they had the whole party for when they signed him. They brought the Ace of Spades out. Everybody pulled up with their jewelry. They was bumping his music and everything like that. But the whole time behind the scenes, Yo Gotti was kind of like looking over his shoulder because the feds and 12 were pulled up and like watching everybody. They watching close because they already know that Yo Gotti under investigation from his brother's involvement in the Young Dolph case, and that whole thing hasn't gone away. Like, you got to remember, they're gonna take their time with this, because just like how they doing it with all the other people that's got RICOs and everything like that, they're gonna get to the bottom of it. And everybody that's like, they're trying to get justice for Dolph to make an example, because everybody is going in on them by knowing that they had people that's connected, and from Big Jook getting taking out the picture, he never got to testify, and they already were working on a lot of stuff. This is why Yo Gotti took so long to sign somebody to CMG, because he didn't want nobody else being put on the paperwork or nothing like that. But they still were watching him, and now they just, he was like, if they haven't made a move yet and they already took down Straight Drop and everything like that, this is what made him sign Zillionaire Doe, so they could get back to business. Because out of everybody, he had the issues already with Finesse 2 times, the issues with Black Youngster and everything. Black Youngster is not coming back. He left CMG. They parted ways and everything like that. We haven't really seen him in a long time, ever since everything that happened with his brother, everything that happened with the case of Young Dolph and him being connected to the getaway car allegedly. Now, what a lot of people are saying is that Zillionaire Doe, he knows certain people. He knows, like, CMG's already been connected in Dallas, because that's where Raven went. When Raven fled the cookie shop right after the Dolph case, right after the Dolph day, then she fled. They couldn't find nobody that was working at the cookie shop no more. And next thing you know, that's when you see Black Youngster cousin, Straight Drop, and his driver. They were reported to be in Dallas with Makitas and everybody like that. So once they left, this is when the feds picked them up. Remember, the U.S. Marshals got the tip saying that he was leaving Dallas on the road back towards Memphis, towards Indiana. And basically they caught him up, and the laws intersected him on the highway, and they came from Virginia. They caught him up in Indiana, and they came directly from Dallas. They knew certain people, and this is why CMG had these connections in certain cities. People was going there, and so that they could hide out with each other, so that they could link up and all this stuff. All the things that go on in the underground and in the streets. So when everybody popped out and to Zillionaire Doe signing, and Yo Gotti was there, and people were spooked. They were like, why is the feds here? Why is 12 posted up? And they just kind of watching, and you could see some of them in the back. They was taking the pictures with the long lenses, and when you zoomed in, you could see Yo Gotti and everybody. They had the CMG chains. Now, the chain that Zillionaire Doe got, it could be the same type of chain that they gave to Big Boogie, because they just found out, and Big Boogie just got exposed. Everybody seen the videos. Everybody saw how CMG had the fake jewelry. Like, the CMG chain was the fake chain. Out of all of the chains, it was the one that had the CZ tag on it, and it said it was like $150. So now, when they went back and knowing that, they told Zillionaire Doe, hey, watch out, man. Make sure Yo Gotti and them don't try to give you some type of fugazi chain. Look what happened to Big Boogie. You would have thought, with Big Boogie having his big hit song and everything like that, that he would have been able to get that type of chain, that high caliber. But it's not like he would have to go out and buy his own CMG chain. CMG gave him the chain. Yo Gotti delivered it and everything. They made the video. We all saw the posts and the stories. But then how is it that it's coming back and they're saying that it's not a valid chain? Like, so this is why they looked at Zillionaire Doe's big chain. He had the same type of chain on. It looked like the same type of jewels and stones they put in there. And they tested the rocks, and they said that the rock wasn't even real. It was cut up and everything like that. They done stepped on the jewelry So now that everybody sees that CMG's jewelry is stepped on, all the artists got stepped on jewelry. The rocks are cut in the diamonds. The rocks they cut with all type of things. They said there's Fetty Wap in the chains and all type of stuff. You never know because, you know, to keep the image up, to keep everything going, and you know, to make it seem like they on top and all that. They had to rock all of that stuff, and especially when Gotti signing him, he had to give him a big old chain. But you know, with all the stuff in the paperwork, they can't give him all that bread at once and all that jewelry, because that jewelry is gonna end up getting snatched. It's gonna end up going missing. They don't really, nobody take, a lot of the rappers, they're not taking good care of it, and a lot of times it ends up getting seized by 12 when they get pulled over for certain reasons and certain things, because they still got one foot in the game, one foot out. So now that we seen that, they were looking at Zillionaire Doe chain. Now they on it. A lot of people are now starting to zoom in and see, is he gonna show his jewelry box, and is it gonna have any tags saying CZ like Big Boogies? A lot of people are questioning Gotti, like, how could you let one of your artists have the CMG logo on his chain and the chain come back being fake, the pendant and everything like that? So everybody was embarrassed, and so now the fans and everybody in hip hop is basically looking at it like, don't believe the hype. We're gonna see it, you know, when we're gonna see when they come out and do the diamond test. We're gonna see when the content creators come out. You know, a lot of people do the videos with the diamond test. So one of these days, the rappers gonna end up in a mall, at the Gucci store, out in public somewhere, and it's gonna be somebody with the camera that's gonna come up, and they're gonna want to do a diamond test, and they're gonna see if it's glass or if it's fake, you know, if it's ice or glass, basically. So what's happening is that, you know, a lot of dude like Big Boogie, he ran away from the guy that wanted the diamond test his chain. So now they're gonna see if Zillionaire Doe, if he's gonna run away from the diamond tester, because that's the real true thing that is really gonna show whether it's a real jewelry that these rappers are getting, or is it fugazi cut up. Maybe they got finesse, maybe they didn't know. A lot of the jewelers is finessing people nowadays, and Young Dolph never wore fake jewelry. And so because that, you don't know if it was the jeweler that finessed him. You don't know if it was the person who signed Big Boogie and Zillionaire Doe, if they knew that the chain they gave him was fake, or if somebody had like a replica and they swapped it out like some type of diamond heist. And so basically a lot of people is giving them the benefit of the doubt, like they just letting it slide now, and you know, they better not hear about it again, or they better not see them flexing that, because now they know what the picture of the chains look like. So they know if they flex it, that's the one that we already saw that people verified and looked and said that it was not a real one. So at the end of the day, you know, this is gonna come back on Gotti's gonna come back on the jeweler. And so this is why it's a bad look for rappers getting caught with fake diamonds, fake jewelry, fake chains and everything like that, especially if one of the main passages to get in the game is that when you get signed, they give you a chain, right? And if that chain ends up being fake, the whole relationship was fake, the whole contract is fake, and basically you getting finessed in a 360 degrees all the way around. And so they basically giving them fake chains, signing them to 360s, then taking all the bread on the back end. And then when the artists get locked up, they don't even come to help them, bail them out or nothing like that. They just pretty much leave them in the dust, go on to sign the next person, and the cycle keeps going and going and going. So this is what really happens in behind the scenes of the day-to-day lifestyle of most of these rappers. We already seen that a lot of the CMG rappers, and how people are starting to look into it, and people are starting to see, is it all just a facade, or do they really got it like that? And you know, when Young Dolph was around, it was no question at all. Young Dolph, he was doing things so original. The type of jewelry he was getting, you couldn't even make a fake version of that. The type of car collection, the houses and everything that Dolph was doing, he basically was the big boss man. So when he owned his own, he had to pretty much meticulously keep track and make sure everything was high quality. And so, and at the end of the day, that's why Dolph wasn't just trying to sign anyone and everyone or try to get signed to Yo Gotti, or, when they had offered him to come to CMG when Jay-Z and Yo Gotti presented him with the millions and everything like that. Dolph was like, I'm already making that. I'm good, Dolph didn't need to get finesse with fake chains, sign these 360s and go through all these hoops just for nothing. At the end of the day, find out that they got played with. And so this is why a lot of people are like, okay, that's why Dolph is the king of Memphis over Yo Gotti, was just basically from that fact alone. And everybody else had respect for him. So at the end of the day, man, we're going to see in the long run how it all goes down. Just let me know on y'all what y'all comments are on this. Do you think the jewelry, is it right that they got the fake jewelry? Do you think that the new guy that they signed, is his chain valid or is it not? So let me know down in the comment section. Let me know where y'all from. And if you rocking with Young Dolph, I'm going to catch y'all later on the next one. Peace.